I'm taking an example of another IP address. If you focus on the first byte, it is 150 and it falls under the range of 128 to 191. So that's the reason it is a class B network. And class B network, as we just studied, has a default subnet mask of 255.255.0.0. Just like in example 1, I have expanded both the IP address and the subnet mask into corresponding binary values. And now we'll carry out the bitwise AND operation on that. One and one will give me 1, 0 and 1 will give me 0, 0 and 1 will give me 0, 1 and 1 will give me 1, 0 and 1 will give me 0, 1 and 1 will give me 1, 1 and 1 will give me 1, and 0 and 1 will give me 0. And then moving on to the second byte, 0 and 1 will give me 0, 1 and 1 will give me 1, 0 and 1 gives me 0, 1 and 1 gives me 1, 0 and 1, 0, 0 and 1, 0, 0 and 1, 0, 0 and 1, 0. Now the evaluation of the third and the fourth byte is plain and simple, straightforward. Since all the bits of the third and the fourth byte of the subnet mask are 0, the bitwise AND operation would, for every bit, would result in a 0. So I am going to simply, straightforward, put all zeros here. Okay, so this is how the bitwise AND operation has given us the result. So if you look and convert this back into this binary value into decimal, it will give us 150, 80, 0, 1, 0. So putting it like this, 150.80.0.0. And now if we have to find out the first IP address, so this being the network address, the first IP address that is can be assigned to any host in this network would be 0.1. The broadcast address would be when you leave the network portion as it is and set all the host bits to ones, all ones, it results in 255 value. So it gives us 150.80.255.255. And from this, if we reduce 1, that will give us the last IP address that can be assigned to any of the hosts, 255.254. So remember, again, I am repeating this. The method of finding out the broadcast address is to set all the host bits to ones. So whatever the host bits in the binary form, set them to 1 and find and convert that into their decimal equivalent. And that is the broadcast address. This concept is going to be important because when we do subnetting, we will be working in subparts of an octet. Like it will not necessarily always be an octet or 8 bits. It will be 7, 6, 5, something like that. Bits could happen. So that's why the key here is not to remember that 255 is always a broadcast value. It could be smaller than that, and that's where we will cover in the subnetting section. Another thing to remember here is class A, the first 8 bits were set to 1 in the subnet mask. In class B, the first 16 bits are set to 1's subnet mask. Okay, so that covers our example 2 of in which we covered class B utilization of subnet mask.